Jay-Z. And he was working with R. Kelly, and they were making so many records together.
You had some kind of C&D where you couldn't talk.
Saw Jay-Z, and he was working with R. Kelly, and they were making such countless records together. You had some sort of C&D where you were unable to discuss Jay-Z would have rather not place my day-to-day's life on the line. Think about who is back at the center of attention creating a ruckus. Among the business obscure figures, in all honesty, Puma Wright. It's been a long time since she began charming crowd with her unfiltered bits of insight and disclosures, yet it seems to be her new tirade against TJZ caused her problems. Panther has set her uncovering lights on Jay-Z for some time. And people presumably you realize that she used to be working for him in the past, as per her. The man has become amazing at remaining unnoticed, and presently he's focusing on her and her family for spilling the reality of life about his raise to popularity and penances he had made en route. As Puma has said on numerous occasions, Jay-Z isn't our typical versatile. He has a hazier side. I've been on this battle for a long time, right? 3 years openly. And that is likely why he is attempting to quietness her, apprehensive that her reality may likewise destroy his picture, and remaining in the music business, as it occurred with Jay-Z's buddy Diddy. Puma has seen every one of the sides of showbiz, and as she was saying, Jay-Z ascent to fame was set apart by supposed terrorizing strategies and shroud and blade moves, and on the off chance that that is sufficiently not to make your jaw drop, Pumice dropping sensation ons about Jay-Z currently needs to get rid of her, and he sent her admonition message in endeavor to quiet her. She's been after this individual for a long time, calling him out while any other person couldn't. Seeing Carter, I accept all that huge L. At any point let me know. He never misled me. Lamont never misled me. And the last time I was with him, he let me know that you plan to attempt to annul him. He told me not to believe you now, while some might excuse Panther as a simple scheme scholar or consideration searcher. Others see her as a signal of truth in a world covered in lies. After all, Panther isn't rambling off prattle. She's been there in the background seeing Jay-Z's ascent to acclaim from within. I got you, don't know it yet. A few people might consider Panther of a harsher lady yet. Hello, dislike she was at any point sued for maligning rather the showbiz, attempted to name her insane so individuals might have a hard time believing her wild cases last year. She was even captured just in the wake of criticizing Jay and Beyonce. Yet even with her standing on the line, she isn't withdrawing, not set in stone to consider Jay-Z responsible for his supposed wrongdoings yet. Here's the genuine kicker: in spite of the upsetting charges whirling around Jay-Z, few individuals try to stand up freely against him. Evidently, he has a lot of ability to quietness every individual who's opposing him, and Puma didn't gain her illustration from the last year when she was taken into the guardianship. In the wake of dropping stunners about the music maker and his music spouse, yet presently when Jay-Z is confronting his own arrangement of upsetting charges, it seems like the ideal opportunity for additional striking activities accompanied every one of the claims stacking toward Diddy. We should not fail to remember that he's by all accounts not the only obscure music tycoon in the business. And by the way, we should not disregard the nearby ties between these two men. Likely they share far beyond what we can envision, and presently Jay is attempting to save his picture by disposing of informants. Yet here's the thing with Puma War and Jay. This lady has a few individual purposes behind pursuing the music maker and attempting to uncover his most obscure side. There's steady murmur that Jay was behind the end of Puma's ex-sweetheart, huge L, and that is the reason she can't pardon him. I'm wary of you seen in the most natural-sounding way for her Puma had a throw with. As a matter of fact, the 8 Harlem legend rapper Huge L presently. Here's where things take a dim ghost. Similarly, as he was near the precarious edge of scoring an arrangement with Rockefeller Prime supporter, damn scramble misfortune struck enormous. L was gunned down in a drive-by firing in his old neighborhood of Harlem, leaving the hip world contemplating whether it was in another industry penance. And very much like with all the greatest hip jump secrets, the case stays strange right up to the present day. While Jaguar had nothing to impart to the world about her ex-darling, admonition her about Jay, he advised me to keep an eye out for yourself, and he let me know that your most noteworthy sin is wanting Sean Carter. You're a coveter. I feel a little skeptical to me that it was you that sent the shooter to Shushu Shushibi. When he returned home, his mom was so panicked we needed to show at the TAA, yet as per Puma, Enormous L's troublesome end was only the start of a line of baffling ends that followed Jay-Z's shadow goodness. Wow, when he prosecutes me for slander of character, I'll let him know how well I know you so. With the intensity encompassing Diddy, no big surprise that Jay likes to hide while the tempest passes, yet Panther isn't the one to allow him to rest, and that is the reason such countless individuals. Except he was focusing on her, as one individual remarked, Jay-Z day is coming. He had pulled off a lot of the genuine God isn't playing with him by any stretch of the imagination, and another client added it. Insane the way in which she'd been recounting similar stories for quite a long time, and Peel is calling her Insane Puma has made bunches of viral meetings calling out of the Broadway beasts, and Jay-Z's is by all accounts her one subject of all times. In a single visit with Genuine Creations, she dropped a sensation charging that the music maker climbed his direction to the top by killing his opposition individually and never got captured. Relatively few individuals have a first-hand record of what this man is doing and what he's going to do. We've proactively got her admission on Enormous L's end, and on the off chance that that is sufficiently not to creep her out, Puma additionally indicated Jay-Z's supposed contribution in the famous R. Kelly embarrassment. You see murmurs proliferate that Jay-Z is sharing something beyond a with R. Kelly actually weight in the business. It's accepted that they might have played a part in Allah's shocking end. First, we, as a whole skill, Allah turned Jay-Z down and clang G toward damn scramble, all things being equal, and that Jay-Z's self-image couldn't deal with the dismissal, and we should not disregard R. Kelly's unlawful union with a youthful AA, which was never affirmed by the late vocalist, likely due to her age. Quite a while back, there was this horrendous talk out, what is going on with you and R. Kelly? Are all of you wedded or not? No, I'm not hitched, and here's the thing about his significant other. Beyonce, Jay-Z himself confessed to meeting her an entire 10 years. Is sooner than she turned 18, yet they're not offering subtleties of their sentiment to the press. As Sovereign B conceded in one of her uncommon meetings, it was a common choice to stay quiet about the subtleties of their conjugal, not looking for control's role. Controls what you need to put out there and sort of powers individuals to discuss what you believe they should discuss. It seems to be all that Jay does with his life is tied in with keeping up with his image and heritage, and he's prepared to stroll over anybody who's taking steps to uncover him. Recall, while the mounting claims against Kelly began top spring up, and Jay's never remained close by attempting to limit any association with a purported companion. I wasn't there, you understand what I am talking about. Like, I realize I don't have anything, and when Aliyah Kelly's supposed casualty unfortunately died in a plane crash, Puma guarantees that Jay-Z might have contributed to her end, making room for Beyoncé's ascent to fame. Even the web was humming with the hypotheses that as moniker star blurred, Beyoncé's rose, cementing Jay-Z's situation at the highest point of the music business. Yet regardless of Puma's allegations, Jay-Z stayed quiet on this and his once promoted fellowship with R. Kelly eradicated from the annals of history. Yet she would have rather not quit by her. Jay-Z concealed the hints of his violations. He purportedly pursued anybody who considered uncovering his associate. Sean's remembering Panther herself and her family with rest for harmony. Huge mythical being, Keith Murray say that smacks so sweet, a taste out of his mouth. Puma owned up to feeling certifiable trepidation for her friends and family, uncovering that she knew about an implicit concurrent within the business to stay quiet about Jay-Z's insider facts. Yet Panther wouldn't remain quiet, valiantly provoking Jay-Z to confront the results of his activities in court. Obviously, she's being rebuffed for essentially realizing a lot of, yet in any event, confronting threatening messages and dangers from the music big shot. Panther's allegations don't stop. She continues to portray Jay-Z's doings with his long-lasting teammate Show, Diddy Combs, Shan Combs, and Shay Carter have been cooperating for the majority of 25 years to track down Method for assuming full control of media outlets. As per Puma, Jay-Z and Diddy have been working in the background for a really long